or another, and those could be enough to trigger indigestion for many. But for those with persistent digestive issues, Memorial Day weekend, according to our next guest, may be the perfect opportunity to check in on our health. And joining us now is Dr. Raj. She is a board-certified gastroenterologist. It's so good to see you, Dr. Raj. Thanks for joining us.
Oh, I'm so happy to be here.
So first you say that our overall health starts in the gut. What does that mean?
Well, it's interesting. We're learning now more and more about how our digestion can affect our overall health. Even the healthy bacteria in our gut can affect other parts of our body. But really, it's also about how you're feeling. And if you're not feeling well in terms of your digestion or your gut health, you're just going to feel lousy overall. So it's really important to pay attention to any of those digestive symptoms. If they're frequent, if they're recurrent, talking to your doctor about what might be causing it, because there could be an underlying condition. It may be more than just this occasional indigestion. Could have a GI condition such as EPI, for example, which is one of the things we're going to talk about.
Yeah, talk a little bit more about what EPI is. You say it is a condition that is under-recognized. So what is it? What are the warning signs and symptoms, and why is it important that we address them?
Absolutely. So EPI stands for exocrine pancreatic insufficiency. And what that means is your pancreas is not producing enough digestive enzymes. You're not able to properly digest your food, so you may experience symptoms like diarrhea, abdominal pain, bloating, weight loss. You can learn a lot more about the symptoms from identifyepi.com. But essentially, this is a condition that is under-recognized. And because many of these symptoms are also signs of other GI conditions, it's very important to speak to your doctor about them so they can really do an investigation and find out the correct diagnosis so you can ultimately get to feel better.
And you ultimately say before you change your diet or change your daily routines, talk to your doctor first and then make those adjustments accordingly with the professional help.
That's absolutely right. Sometimes if you're cutting out things on your own before you see the doctor, it can affect your doctor's ability to do the correct tests to get the right diagnosis. So don't cut things out on your own. First, speak to your doctor and let them guide you in terms of different dietary changes you may want to make.
All right, you say take control of our digestive health around Memorial Day. So what should we be doing over the three-day holiday that you say that we should get better control over just our overall health?
Yeah, and by the way, this year Memorial Day falls on the same day as World Digestive Health Day, so it is a great time to take control of your gut health. And a few tips. One thing is if you're heading to that barbecue where you know there's going to be a lot of heavy food or greasy foods, one thing to do is have a healthy snack before you go. You don't want to starve yourself in anticipation, because that's just going to make you more likely to indulge in those unhealthy foods. Another tip is if you do have any dietary restrictions or needs, remember to alert your host or hostess well in advance so they can prepare some dishes that you are actually able to tolerate, or bring your own, because again, you don't want to be stuck in a situation where your only option is to eat foods that are going to make you feel lousy. And then the third thing is, if you are experiencing frequent or recurrent GI symptoms, such as the ones I mentioned, you do want to speak to your doctor and not just ignore it or feel like it's just normal for you. It's not something you necessarily have to live with. You want to get the correct diagnosis and ultimately the correct management for it.
Good deal. And I see the website behind you, identifyepi.com. I'm sure people can go there for more information. Dr. Raj, it's so good to see you. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
And thanks to Abby Incorporated for sponsoring this segment. And this falls under the category of maybe not the best idea.
There we go. No, this is a great idea,
says,
folks.
Get on the back, and I say, oh.
They left the bike.
They left the bike. Very expensive bike, which
yes.
I'm afraid to touch.
No, this is great. The Concours.
Yes, which is this weekend,
Saturday. That's right.
Yes, the Riding into History at the World Golf Village. Over 300 vintage and antique motorcycles.
Yeah, including this one. And actually, you know, right now we got to get this thing. We got to get this thing down to St. Augustine, folks, and you guys have a lovely Thursday.
Bye.
We're out of here.
Oh, no, put on the spot. Oh.